Yeah, life happens and I get tired and I don't want language learning to be stressful anymore. I just want it to be casual and fun. Today we are talking about language learning goals for 2021. The biggest mistake I've made is thinking that I can plan an entire language learning plan for a whole year. And how I'm gonna approach things differently for the new year is just by thinking about the year in quarters, so chunks of 3 months at a time. Hello everybody and welcome back. If you are new here, hi, my name is Lindy and I make videos about language learning, productivity, and mindset. So Twitter is mostly where I talk about my language learning thoughts, all raw over there. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @LindyB, and here is the little screenshot of me talking about my language goals for the first 3 months. I will be focusing on the languages that are most important to me at a certain phase in my life. So I have chosen 2 languages, at least for the first 3 months of the year, that are very important to me, that I want to advance in and grow in, and that is Tagalog and Hungarian. Hungarian because it is so hard and it needs a lot of effort and focus. If I put it on pause, I'm gonna forget it, and I really just want, it's such a beautiful language, I just want to learn it. And also Tagalog, in my previous video you will know exactly why I am learning Tagalog. So I'm gonna be focusing on Hungarian and Tagalog for the first 3 months. Let's start and talk about my plan for the first 3 months. So here's all my books that are going to help me, and I'm going to talk also a bit in general about just life planning for the year and goals and things I want to do. So let me start with these 3 journals that I have. They are quite important to me. The first one is my main journal, which I use right now currently. It's just my schedule from Monday to Sunday every week, things I have to do, and nothing really related to language learning in this journal. It's mostly for work and appointments. But I have a separate journal that I want to use specifically for tracking my language learning. Throughout the whole of this year, I have been tracking all the languages I've been learning on Notion. I made a video about how I use Notion if you want to watch that another time. But essentially, I used a tag and filled in if I did something in the language, whether it be study or watch a movie or talk to somebody in the language, I would fill in the language there. So my collection of languages is fairly broad and good, but I also noticed that I do not study as much as I should or think I do. A few people ask me, like, how many hours do you actually study in a day? And embarrassingly, not enough. I really think I could be spending more time or spending my time wisely with my language education. So that's where this little guy comes in handy. This is a 2021 little mini journal from Muji. And at the beginning of this book, they have a year calendar, and I've marked out the months in specific colors, 3 months at a time. And then in their little year calendar, I've started to divide my work that I need to do for the language into weekly chunks. So I have to give big credit to my friend Ali. She is my French friend who's also a language learner. And you have probably seen her in my French video, and I talk about her all the time. So thank you to Ali for helping me form this language plan. Ali and I were sitting down in a cafe, and I was like, Ali, I don't know what to do. Like, I'm just so... there's just so much going on. So she helped me, like, all right, let's break down your textbook, let's break down everything you have and create a plan for the first 2 months in your main languages. So here we have my study plan for Tagalog and Hungarian. So I'm using this textbook called Easy Tagalog. It is from Tuttle. It is awesome. I will put the link in the description if you want to get it for yourself. I like it because it is more fun and interesting than any other Tagalog book I've used. Grammar in Tagalog is very hard, but it is explained super well in here. This is not a paid promotion or anything. I'm just really excited about this textbook. So for Easy Tagalog, I'm gonna do 1 chapter a week. Now, how I got to that number is I started working. I'm at about chapter 3 right now. And I realized it takes me 3 full days, well, not 3 full days, but 3 sessions across 3 days of studying to get through a chapter. So that's 2 days of working through it and 1 day of review. Now, for the new year, I want to be a lot easier on myself. I want to take things a bit slower. So I'm actually increasing the 3 days that I know it takes me to complete a chapter into 1 whole week. So I'm giving myself 1 week per chapter because life gets in the way, I will get tired, etc. So I took all the chapters that this book has and I split it up into a weekly plan here. You can see at the side of the weeks, I have written which chapter I need to be doing for that week. Now, even though my language plan is for 3 months at a time, by slowly working through this textbook, it is going to take me up to the middle of April to finish the book. And then in the middle of April, once I finish it, I will dedicate 1 week to reviewing what I've learned, just going through my notes and making sure there's nothing else that I need to learn or remember before I move on. I found a really wonderful italki tutor for Tagalog. She is just the best. So I have decided to take 1 Tagalog lesson every 2 weeks. Now this is big for me. This is completely different from how I approached italki lessons this year. I took 2 lessons a week for Spanish and Hungarian. And I also took Vietnamese and Tagalog. Vietnamese and Korean. So there were times in this year where I did 4 italki lessons a week. Yes, technically that is doable. Technically I have the hours in my day and I have the hours in my week to have these lessons. But as I mentioned in my previous video, I do not have the mental energy and capacity to just go through these lessons. I need to be a lot just like relax. Like, what's the rush? Why am I rushing to learn languages, right? So I've decided to only take 1 Tagalog lesson every 2 weeks, and for the alternating 2 weeks I will take a Hungarian lesson. So week A Tagalog, week B Hungarian. That will give me plenty of time to do my homework, to review the lessons, to practice on my own. Then for just like listening practice and audio practice, I'm gonna make sure I watch at least 1 YouTube video a week in my target language. Now that sounds easy and doable. I just want to have it there so I can check it off and be like, great, you know, I've gotten my audio visual immersion in for the week. It's okay if I don't understand anything in Tagalog or Hungarian yet. I just want to get that listening practice. It'll help me form the words better, work on my pronunciation and my listening skills. And of course, I will be able to track over the year and see, hey, I didn't understand anything in this video at the beginning of the year, but now 12 months later, I can actually understand what they're saying. I will also be using some apps. I'm not going to go into detail about which apps I'm using right now. You can check my website for my resource list in all my languages. But I'll just make sure, like, just casually making sure I at least open an app once a week. I don't want to make this a daily thing, like, hey, I have to use this app or I have to complete this lesson every single day. Because, yeah, life happens and I get tired and I don't want language learning to be stressful anymore. I just want it to be casual and fun. And if I don't have this pressure of like, hey, you have to do this every single day. So if I enjoy it a lot and I'm doing it without being prompted by my past self, then I'm more likely to continue and really build a habit on it. Something that I like talking about is habit stacking. So that is basically building upon an existing habit. So you hopefully brush your teeth every single day. So what I do when I brush teeth is I actually do some squats. And before I get into bed, I pray, right? So these are like things that are connected. I cannot separate brushing teeth from doing squats. I cannot separate going to bed from praying before bed, right? So these are little things that go together. Now I want language learning to be like that as well. So maybe as soon as I wake up, I might do some exercises on an app, or while I'm eating breakfast, I might watch a video or listen to a podcast. So these are things I naturally want to build into my day-to-day language learning. The other thing I want to do on Sundays is a little journal entry every day in my 2 focus languages. So that's where this little book comes in handy again. So there is a nice weekly plan we've got over here, and at the end of the week, I will be filling in a little half-a-page journal entry in Hungarian and half-a-page journal entry in Tagalog, so that at the end of the year, I can see how I've improved. This notebook is not really related to languages, but it is my my journal, my private journal, my journal intime en français. So I'm taking life coaching lessons, and my coach is helping me formulate, what are my values, what is important to me in life, and how can I be, more productive, etc., etc. So she gave me a little template, which I think is so awesome. It's a little journal prompt every day, a challenge, something I learned today, a work in progress, I took care of myself by, I'm proud of myself for, and I am grateful for. Now I really like the first 2, so I use that to start. All of my journal entries here, they start with a challenge today was XYZ, a challenge today was so-and-so. And that helps me grow. I realize that you know, life is hard, but challenges are there for a reason, and language learning can be challenging. So if I can use this journal in conjunction with all my other journals and language learning plans, I can kind of measure my success and see like, hey, maybe a challenge this week was just writing my essay in Tagalog, or a challenge was watching the news in Hungarian, and see how what I perceive as a challenge could change throughout the year. Hello from the other side. As I was editing this, I realized I completely forgot to talk about like other general life stuff. Now, I'll be quick about this. Essentially, what I want to get at is that this year, 2021, I do want to focus a lot more of my time and efforts into growing my career as a designer. If you're interested in seeing any videos about my life as a designer, please leave a comment. I don't know how many people are interested in me talking about design. Some people have mentioned it, but I just want to gauge. But anyway, yeah, I've been given a bit more responsibilities at work. I also want to work on some ebooks and my own web design. There's just a lot of fun, exciting projects that are outside of language learning. So I'm not being so strict with myself saying I have to do this and this and this and this in language learning. I'm giving myself a lot more time, like a lot more time than I would have given myself this year when I made my goals at the end of last year. And that is why my language learning plan is a little more flexible. Yeah. But yeah, these are the 3 journals I'm going to be using. One for just general weekly organization, one for journaling prompts, learning more about myself, learning about mindfulness, and then the other one is my language learning plan. Okie dokies, my plan for Hungarian, like I said, it'll be one italki lesson alternating each week, a podcast once a week. So I am more comfortable listening to Hungarian podcasts than I am listening to Tagalog podcasts. That's why my Tagalog plan does not have any podcasts on it right now, because I just don't understand anything. I have a Hungarian textbook, but I have not mapped out how many chapters there are and how many I want to do, because I don't know what my speed is yet. So that's why when I was working through this one, I know that it takes me like 3 days to do 1 chapter, so I'm extending that to a week. I don't know yet how long the Hungarian textbook will take me, so I just want to be a bit more chilled about that and see how that goes. Again, a journal entry once a week on Sundays, and then making sure I do some app reviews once a week. So pretty chilled, kind of similar plan for both Hungarian and Tagalog. As for the other languages, what will happen to them? Yes, I am still going to be learning Vietnamese, Spanish, French, Chinese, Japanese, and Korean. Those are my most important ones that I want to keep growing on. So Korean has been in my life for like 11 or so years, so that's not going anywhere. I'm still going to be studying it, still going to be reading books in it, writing articles, reading articles, everything that I can do in my life in Korean, I will continue doing, right? Same for Japanese. I have no plans actually yet to be taking the JLPT, but I do not want to forget the Japanese that I've learned up until now. Now, the other languages will be in maintenance mode. Essentially, what that means to me is I'm going to focus on those languages when I feel like it and do things that are fun for me. I'm not going to be tracking myself and saying like, hey, I have to read X amount of pages every day. I have to listen to X amount of podcasts every day. Just doing it for fun. And languages are such a big part of my life. I'm not going to just like never open a Korean book again or never like stop speaking Spanish. So I don't feel like I need to track those. What am I going to do at the end of the first 3 months? I will review my progress and see, have I stuck to my goals of the journal entries, of the amount of chapters, all of those things. I forgot to mention that every week I will be using this calendar section, and I'm going to make a colored dot for everything I do on that day. So like these 3 pink lines mean that I've written an essay. So hopefully every Sunday I'll have those 3 pink lines colored in. The pink purple dot for my Tagalog chapters, will be filling that in so that I can have a visual plan of what I've done every week. And then at the end of 3 months, I can review this and say, this didn't work or this did work, etc. Then I'm gonna think about the other languages that I want to focus on and say, okay, maybe I feel like my Hungarian can be paused for 3 months and I want to focus on Vietnamese. But I do think that Tagalog is going to be my main focus language for the entire year, and then all the other languages, I will see how that goes. Okay, I'm exhausted. I hope this video made sense. I'm just so excited. There's just so much on my mind. If you take one thing away from this video, it's just that I'm taking a much more calmer approach to language learning and adjusting things as I go and taking it into snippets of 3 months at a time. Right. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you guys for taking a genuine interest in my language learning, as I do for you. I love reading everything that you guys share on Twitter about your language learning goals and seeing how we grow as a language community together. It brings me so much joy, and I just love talking about languages with you guys. It is so great. Right. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Happy Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, depending on when you watch this. Love you guys. Bye!